Hey guys, so this video I want to share some of my thoughts on how to reduce channeling and how to improve the extraction of your espressos. So particularly if you're using the same machine like I do, the WPM KD-310, please stick with me and watch the whole video because I think it's a very important topic. It affects directly the quality of your shots. So previously, I struggled a lot to pull some great shots, and I think it's the problem of my machine. But actually, when I bought my bottomless portafilter, I've diagnosed that there is some serious channeling. So I've gone through a lot of process and methods on how to fix the channeling, and here I'm going to show some of the methods I've used. So people often said it's about distribution tools. If you distribution well, you won't get channeling, but I find it that there's a lot of factors affecting channeling also. So this is the first shot, and I'm using the middle range flow rate settings because I don't like to use the maximum one. I think the lower pressure settings are giving me better shots, and I'm aiming for 8 to 9 bars of pressure as usual, but you can see there's some serious channeling. And even though, like what I've said before, I always distribute my coffee bed every time before I tamp, but in this case, I'm getting some serious channeling. And there's a high chance I get this situation, even though I distribute and tamp the same every time. So you can see there are some dead spots and uneven distribution. You can see the light areas and dark areas of the coffee. So this is some bad extraction. And here in the second shot, so what I've changed here is further used a lower pressure settings. So I'm using the lowest settings here, 0.1 or 0.2, to increase the pre-infusion. So pre-infusion actually helps to reduce channeling because it gives you a better even distribution of water when you are brewing at higher pressures. And also I've also break the clumps coming out from the grinder because the clumps it's actually causing some channeling. So even though if you're distributing the coffee bed on the top, the clumps at the bottom, it's still gonna cause some channeling. So you can see the shot and the second shot, when I have these two steps done, the channeling is reduced by a great amount. And here I've paused the shot, and you can see there's some visible uneven distribution. You can see some darker regions and lighter regions, and some are flowing faster, but it's much better than the first shot. So you need to really get the pre-infusion going and break the clumps in your coffee before you tamp. So in this last shot, what I've changed here is actually the tamping pressure. So this is a very important one to improve my shots quality because previously I'm only using the other side of my distribution tool to tamp, but the depth of the tamper is not deep enough, and I'm not getting enough pressure into the coffee puck. So now I'm using the stock tamper to tamp again, and now you can see when I put enough force on the coffee bed, the channeling it's not visible anymore. So same as before, I'm using a lower pressure settings to increase the pre-infusion, and I'm using a much larger force to tamp the coffee bed. And now you can see, even though I'm increasing the pressure to 8 to 9 bars to maintain it at that region, I don't have any visible signs of channeling. So that's the preferred method of brewing my coffee right now. It gives me pretty good results, and from taste wise, it's much better than the first shot and the first shot and the second shot I showed in this video. It's just much better, and I think the extractions are much higher also because the colors it's deeper and the taste is much stronger. So even though I don't have those tools to check the TDS, I'm sure the extraction is much higher. And you can see in this photo, I've showed a photo of the results I got using this method. You can see the color of the crema is deep, and there are some tiger stripes using this method. If you use the previous methods, you can't really have these results. So in this last shot, it's not the best shot, but I want to show whether the increased tamping pressure really helps to reduce channeling. You can see I'm using the highest pressure setting, but even though at this higher pressure setting, the channeling is not so obvious because it's not like the first or second shot where you can see some obvious dead spots. You can see there are some squirting, but I think it's caused by the higher pressure. It's brewing at around 12 to 13 bars, so that's why I don't like to use the higher pressure settings to brew my espresso, because it's going to be harsh and bitter. So overall, I think my espressos have improved a lot, and I hope this video helped you if you're having the same problems. So that's the end. Thank you.